Hello mates, I am Kiran Jadhav here. In this session, I will teach you unit testing in Spring Boot with JUnit 5 and Mockito framework. Now we'll start with our session here. Simply come up with the Chrome browser, type their Spring initializer, and here we are selecting the project as Maven, the language as Java, Spring Boot latest version here we are selecting, and then base package I am giving here com.fullstack. In the application name, giving here JUnit Mockito example. Now refactor the base package, packaging as jar Java version 17, adding dependency for dev tool, it will help us to live reload, Lombok, it will help us to reduce the boilerplate code, Spring Web itself available inbuilt, Tomcat server. Next we are using persistence as a data JPA and database as a MySQL we are using here. Now simply click on generate. See, within minute production ready application will be available there. We'll copy our application and paste in particular folder. Now simply right click there and go ahead with the extract, and once extraction is done, then we'll copy the path of our application and coming to IntelliJ IDEA. In IntelliJ we'll come up with the file new project from existing sources, and here I am giving the path of our application. See, this is our application here. Now simply click on OK, and then you can simply select this is Maven project, then click on create trust project with new window. I want to open in another window. Now once it open there, then coming to src main resources, we have available here application.properties file, then the properties content I am adding here. This is like you can simply say common to our application as a database configuration. Then in my case I am just adding from my local, you can simply copy it from our GitHub. Now the application like database we are using here HRM application, HRM itself I given the name, and coming to pom.xml file, the compatible Swagger UI dependency and the Mockito we are going to add for our Spring Boot version. Then coming to here, and I am adding dependency from local application only. See, the Swagger UI dependency and the Mockito dependency I added here. Then next in pom.xml itself, I am just going to change those plugin to my local whatever hard-coded value we have given for Lombok perspective. Now once it's done, then simply come up with the Maven and do the build of our application maven clean space install. Then simply come up with the Java here src main java com.fullstack, right click on that, new package, the package name I am giving here, this will be model package. Next package, creating the package name as repository package. Now we are creating here service package. Next package I am creating here exception package to handle the custom exception. Now we are creating the package name as controller package. See, now coming to model package, simply right click here, new Java class. Here I am creating the Java class name as employee. This is our Pojo class. In exception I am creating here new Java class as record not found exception. Now coming to controller, in that we are creating new Java class as employee controller. Now coming to repository, new Java, this will be interface name I am giving here employee repository. Now coming to service, in service we are creating here implementation class as EmployeeServiceImpl. Then see, such a way we done with this skeleton. Now we'll start with the coding part for our CRUD application. Then coming to here employee.java, you can simply annotate with data coming from Lombok, at all our constructor we are using here, at nor constructor, at entity, next we require table, and here name I am giving table name as a employee. Now we are using at id here, this is primary key, at generated value this will be auto increment, and the strategy I am giving here generation type as identity. You can simply consider here I am adding as private int, this will be emp have id, private string emp have name. I am just adding one more field here, private double, this will be emp have salary. In my case I am just adding here 3 fields, but you have lots of time, you can add number of fields like Aadhaar card, PAN card, email, password and those. Now coming to employee repository, annotate with repository here, and then simply use extends JP repository. And here we are passing, this will be our employee, and the wrapper class we are passing here integer. Now coming to record not found exception, annotate put @ here response status, and the value we are giving here not found. It means HTTP status code as not found 404. Then extends here, this will be runtime exception we are going to consider. Yeah. Now here we are creating the parameterized constructor. This will be record not found exception, and we are passing a string type of message. Then simply use super message there. Yeah. Now coming to next is service implementation layer. Then simply annotate with @service, and we are using here @auto void. This will be private. We are adding here employee repository. Now first method I am writing here public. You can simply say this is, we are just trying to save the data here. Employee, the method name as save, and entity we are passing as a employee, and that is JP itself method available save method. Simply call EmployeeRepo.save and pass here employee. Next we are writing here public. This will be, you can simply consider as employee, and I am just going to say this is find by ID. We are giving input parameter as EmpID, and then return EmployeeRepo.find by its ID, and here you can simply say if ID is not found there, then you can simply use or else null. It will return null here. Next public, this will be list of employee we are trying to find here. The method name I am giving here find all. Then you can simply return here EmployeeRepo.find all. Data JP have such powerful features available, inbuilt method available there. Next I am writing here method for update. Then here we are passing, this will be employee, and simply use return EmployeeRepo.save. There is not available update method, you can simply use the save. Now coming to next, this will be public void. You can say delete by ID. Delete by ID. We are passing input parameter as an integer EmpID. Calling here EmployeeRepo.delete by ID. Pass the ID as input parameter. Control A, Alt Control L. This is the shortcut key to format the code base. Now coming to controller layer, annotate with REST controller @request mapping, and here I am passing base URI as employees. You can simply say / as employees. Now annotating with @auto void. This will be private employee service IMPL. Here we are writing the APIs. This is post mapping. It means we are trying to save fresh data. This will be public response entity, and type it will be employee, and the method itself I am giving save, and here I am passing annotation as request body, and the request payload we are going to pass for employee. Simply to return, this will be response entity.ok, and we are calling here EmployeeService.save and passing input as an employee. Now next we are writing here get mapping. This will be API name as find by ID. Then here I am passing input parameter as a EmpID. Simply say public, this will be response entity, it will be type of our employee, and the method giving as find by ID. Then here we are passing input parameter, that's why I am using here @path variable annotation. Integer type of EmpID we are passing here. Then simply use return, this will be response entity.ok, this will be EmployeeService.find by ID, ID as an input we are passing here. Next again get mapping. This API we are going to write for find all. Here we are going to fetch all data. This will be public response entity, it will be type of our list, it will be type of our employee. Simply use find all. Now we are just going to call here return, this will be response entity.ok, and we are calling here EmployeeService.find all. Now next we are just going to write here update data, that's why I am using here put mapping. Then on the basis of EmpID we are going to update the data. Public, this will be response entity, we are passing here as employee, and simply say update. I am passing here @path variable as the input, we are giving EmpID, and the corresponding request payload we are passing here annotation as the request body for our employee. Now we are just going to handle here exception. If ID is not exist, then we'll throw a record not found exception. That's why I'm calling here employee1 equal to employee service dot find by ID. ID as the input parameter we are giving. Now here I am handling the condition. If employee1 equal to null, then you can simply say like throw new record not found exception. The message I am passing here, employee -id does not exist, and if ID is available there, then yes, definitely we are going to use employee1. This is database actual data. Then use set name, and the data is coming from our Swagger UI React screen a postman. Same for employee1.set salary. Also we are going to get the data from our end user, and here you can simply use return. This will be response entity.ok. We are calling here employee service dot update, and be careful here, you can simply pass the employee1 only. Now this is the next and last API we are writing here, delete mapping. This will be, you can simply say delete by ID. We are passing here input parameter as EmpID. This will be public response entity. It will be type of string, and simply say delete by ID. We are passing input parameter, that's why I am passing here path variable. This will be type of integer EmpID. Now calling here employee service dot delete by ID, passing the input as ID, and then to return, this will be response entity dot ok, and here you can simply say data deleted successfully. See, such a way we done with our code. Now simply reload the application here, and coming to our main class main method here, and simply start the application. See, once it up and running, it will goes to work on the port number is 8080. We are just waiting to see application up and running, and it will goes to work on port number 8080. Then we'll come up with the Swagger UI here. Simply hit localhost and pass the Swagger UI URL. See, application up and running. Then now we are just going to hit our APIs. See, first API we are going to hit for post statement save data. Then employee name I am passing here Sora. Then salary I am passing here 97,000. Trying to execute it. See, data is inserted. Next record I am passing here Kiran. Data is inserted there. See, 2 records inserted, right? Yeah. Now we are just trying to, whatever records available there, we'll try to update it. And I'm just coming with the update, try it out. The ID I am passing 2, and here I want to update the, see, you can remove the ID from here, and I want to update the salary as 99,000. See, execute it, it will go to update successfully. Data updated successfully there, right? Yeah. If I am passing here 1001, it will give us 404 as a status code, and the record not found exception, and employee ID does not exist. Same, our application not goes to crash. It's just adding here exception as a record not found exception. See, here is it. This is like custom exception we handle, and employee ID does not exist. Now coming to next is we are just trying to find by ID. I am passing here 1. It will fetch Sora details. See, here is available data. Now find all. You can simply try it out, execute. It will fetch 2 records, and the same record available in our database as well. If you want to check, you can simply use list star from employee. There is available 2 records. Now I am just trying to delete the record from here. Second number data I want to delete. See, data is deleted successfully. Now if you are checking in database, there is only 1 record available now. Perfect. Then this way we handle the CRUD application. Now we'll jump on our session. We need to handle here JUnit Mockito. Now we'll come up with the writing the JUnit test cases. For that perspective, you can simply come up with the src main, and there is available test. See, src test Java. Then you can simply come up with the com.fullstack. Right click on that, then new package. The package name I am giving here service.test. We have created the test package here. Now simply right click on that, new Java class. The Java class name I am giving here EmployeeServiceImpl test. Now once it's done, then next we'll start with our coding for test case class. Then I am using here @Spring Boot test. Yeah. Then now coming to next, we are using here @inject mock. See, this is coming from Mockito, and here we are mentioning this will be private. You can simply say EmployeeServiceImpl. It will come directly because those are the public classes there. Now we are using here Mockito bin annotation. Then see, before going ahead, I want to explain some Mockito here. Mockito, it means this is the JUnit framework. Actually, it means we are not going to hit actual database. We are just giving dummy input, and it will hit the actual methods. Then here we are going to add here employee repository. It means mostly repo it will take care of communicate with the database, but once you are using here mock, then definitely it will never goes to hit actual databases. Mock, it means dictionary meaning itself, like dummy, right? Proxy, you can simply say. Yeah. Then here we are going to use before each annotation, and there we are just going to add here our method as void setup, and before it means before actual test case it will invoke this one. And here I am just going to add Mockito annotation available there, right? Yeah, Mockito annotations dot open mock, and we are just using here this as a reference. Perfect. Now we'll start with the writing the test cases. That's why I'm using here @test. It's coming from Jupyter. It means we are using JUnit 5, and the first method we are going to write here public void, you can simply say save test. Ending with I'm adding here test for our class as well and for our method also. It means we are following here solid principle. Yeah. Now I am creating here object of our employee class, employee equal to, you can simply say new employee, and for that employee I am passing here 121 as a ID, name I am passing here Swara, and the salary we are passing here 97,000. Now we are just going to call here employee service dot save, and we are passing input as an employee. The next we are just going to add here, this is, you can simply say like verify. Then verify method, if it's not coming, you can use Control Alt space, it will come from Mockito dot verify. And then here we are calling employee repository, and we are going to give here times 1 and simply use here save, and we are passing the entity as an employee here. Now coming to next method, we are going to write here for find all. Again we are using here test. This will be public void, you can simply say find all test. Find all, it will return the list of data. That's why we are just going to handle here when. If it's not coming, you can use Control Alt space mockit.when, and here we are calling employee repo dot find all. Find all, you can simply use here dot then return, and here we are using stream off directly. This is the Java feature we have available. You can simply use stream off, and here I am passing new employee. I am just going to copy paste. In your case you can also follow the same approach here, and this will be dot to list, we are going to use it ending with semicolon. But I want to add some more records, that's why I am adding here like 3 records I am adding. And you know, list allows the duplication of data as well, right? Yeah, if you want to change it, you can go ahead and change it. I am just adding here, yeah, each one. If you want to give the sum of different salary, you can add such a salary as well. Yeah. Now we have added here 3 records. Then coming to next, we are just going to handle here assertions. Again coming from Jupyter. Then assert equals, then here we have expected 3, and actually also you can simply call here we have available employee service dot find all dot size, then there will be available 3. It means it will goes to pass, but if you are passing here 4, then expected is 4, but actually it will be 3, right? Then it will goes to fail. Yeah, at the end we'll go ahead with the positive and negative test case as well. Now coming to next also we are going to write for update, find by ID will write here. That's why I'm just going to write here test. Then here you can simply say public, this will be void find by ID test. Then see, here we are just going to write for find by ID test. Then here already we have available this employee, right? Yeah. you can simply use this new employee. Sorry. Now we are again using here when alt control space, you can use Mockito when, and we are just going to add here employee repository dot find by id, and then we are just going to pass id as 121. Then you can simply use then return. We are just using here, this will be optional of, this is again Java features we are going to follow. If the id is not available, it will return null. Option in the Java class, it comes under Java id itself to avoid null pointer exception. And here we are passing corresponding employee data. And now we are passing here employee service dot find by id. I am passing id as 121, and again we are going to call here verify. If it's not coming, you can simply use alt control space Mockito verify, and we are adding here, this will be employee repository, and then we are using here times, and you can simply say find by id. I am passing id as a 121 as a hard code value. Now coming to next we are going to write for update perspective. Then here I am just going to change the method name as, you can say update, and here also we are going to call as update. But here, repo itself available save method, there is not available update method. Next we are writing for delete by id. That's why I am just going to change here, this will be delete by id test. Yeah, delete by id test. And here you can simply give the method as delete by id. Then we require the id as input. That's why I am passing here get emp id. And here also repo itself available delete by id. We are giving the input also employee.get emp id. Now such a way we done with our test cases for all the 5 methods here. Then simply we are going to start our run the test. Here also you have option available to run the test cases. See, now we are expecting all test cases goes to pass, but if any goes to failure, then definitely we need to trace those log also. See on screen. We have written here 5 test cases. See, all 5 test cases goes to pass. Then here suppose I am passing here 5, expected 5, but actually is, what is the size available there? For find all we have available 3 records available here, right? Yeah. Now out of 5, like 1 test case goes to fail here. See, again I am just going to start. Then out of 5, 1 test case, it means for find all it will goes to fail, because whatever we are expecting as 5 but actually is 3. See, here 4 test case goes to pass and 1 goes to fail. See on screen. See, out of 5 pass 4 and the fail is 1. Simply check here. See, expected 5 but actually is 3. Then here you can simply pass 3, your test case goes to again pass. Yeah, it will give us the 5 out of 5 test case goes to pass. And here we use Mockito framework. Mockito, it means it will never goes to hit actual database, but yes, actual all the like methods we are going to test it. See, all the test cases pass like 5 out of 5. Yeah, that's it in this session. We handle here JUnit testing in Spring Boot with Spring Boot 3 Plus and JUnit 5 using Mockito framework. And thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share, subscribe this channel to get more updates. And see you in next